Hey, it's a software engineering student here, and today we're going to be talking about if statements, if else statement, and just else statements. So, previously we've been talking about um, general operators and Boolean operators that determines whether or not something is true or something is false. For example, we did the simple one doing printing is 3 smaller than 4, and it would just print true. So now we can use an if statement to check, and if it is true, would execute some code block. For example, if 3 is smaller than 4, which would be true, we would execute some code block. Printing, for example, um, it is what it is. I don't know. That seems perfect, I guess. But this is printed because 3 is smaller than 4. So instead of just putting the numbers right in, let's add some variables, as we learned in previous episodes. Int a equals 3, and int b equals 4. Not 5, 4. And instead of doing 3, we could do a and b. And it would work exactly the same. But now let's try changing the a value to 5, for example. And now it's no longer true, because a5 is not smaller than 4, so this would return false. And then this code block would not be executed. So now we could add an else statement, which means check if this is true. If not true, don't do this. Else, execute this. We would just print else. So in the case that nothing else executed, do this. Or we could change it. But instead of just having one check and one else, we could do move this down a bit, and we could do a else if a is equal to b. Do a is equal to b. Yay, I guess. And then we would return our else statement, put it back where it belongs, and like that. So now it's gonna be checking, is a smaller than b? If true, do this. If false, continue. Else if, so it's just another if statement actually checking. So it goes to the next one, check is a equal to b, which is the same as this. Is a the same as b? Print this. Else, if nothing of the previous ones executed, do this. And in the case the first one executes, it would skip the rest of them as well. But let's try changing it to 4, so now they are the same. And we could execute the code. It would first check is a smaller than b, false. Skip this, go to the next one. Else if a equal to b, and it is. So print this. It prints a is equal to b, and we skip the else statement. So this is basically the simple format of the if statement. If else, if we just want to add a bunch, instead of just doing one if, one if, one if, one if, one if, you can add them together and do like an if statement, if else, or else if, and we could just continue. We could do another else if here if we wanted to. Else if a is larger than b, we could print a is, then we would print a is bigger, for example. So in case where the a is the biggest one, a is bigger, so let's try this one, false, false, true, and execute this code block. And we can add as many lines as we want inside this code block. The code block starts here and it ends here. So we could print multiple lines if we wanted to, be a little bit fancy. Just do another line, because that's what it is. Because a is bigger than b. And we can add Boolean operators like we did in the last episode. For example, we could add multiple checks. So if we wanted to, let's say we had another int c equals to 2, 3, and int d equals to 3 as well. And we would like to check if a is bigger than b and c is equal to d. Examples. Only in this very specific situation we would like to print this section. Just remove this for now. And c is equal to d. And it would be printed. So this is the basics of our else statement, else if, and if statement in Java. Hope you enjoyed. Keep coding and see you in the next episode.